Hyderabad FC and Mumbai City were the runaway league leaders the last time around, but it's been a slightly different season for both teams in certain ways. How are you looking forward to this particular?
We're looking forward to getting back and playing Indian Super League and domestically. We've had a strong start to our season. Won 2 games and drawn 1. We put ourselves in a strong position already to pick up where we left off last year. But we're also mindful, Hyderabad are a different team than what they were last year. Similar to us, they've had changes. And they're still finding their way, but they've played very well in the 3 games that they have played so far, 3 or 4 games they have played so far. So, look, we're just looking forward to playing in front of our home fans, getting back to the MFA and continuing to try and pick up where we left off against Kerala.
You signed Akash from Hyderabad FC, was there last season. Has he been able to give you some sort of insight on how some of the players might approach this game tomorrow?
No, it's not something we speak about with players. I said they've had a lot of player change at Hyderabad, so staffing change as well. So there's different ways that they will be working the last year. So looking at what they did last year and what they might do this year, it's sort of irrelevant to us. So it's just making sure that we approach the game in the manner we want. It's to prepare our team as well as we can to play the football we want and to do that in front of our home fans.
Question for Nasir. Nasir, you joined the team a little later than everybody else. How have you settled into the squad?
Well, quite good, to be honest. I came here, I felt very welcome, by the boys, by the coaching staff. Especially I had some conversations with the coach also my first days, and that helped a lot. Obviously when you come later in, it's always difficult to find your place and to settle in and to get going. But now I'm in my 5th week, I'm feeling better, so ready to help the team and also obviously myself to perform again.
And what sort of a role has been discussed for you, especially in your conversations with coach?
Well, we haven't spoke specific on a special role or anything like that, just to become fit and try to find my way in the team, and of course, to find a position and a way, to help the team as best as possible that I can.
Coach, domestically in the ISL, Jorge Pereira Diaz has been the standout performer for the team, especially compared to last season when he had a lot of other players around him who were scoring goals as well, but so far it seems like he's the one who's leading the charge for the team. Any particular reason why you think that's happening, or is that the end product that you are looking for this season?
No, I think it's 3 games into the season, and when I put that into context, this time last season we've scored the same amount of goals after 3 games. We've conceded the same amount of goals, but we're 2 points better off this season than we were last. So we're already in a better position this year than we were last year, and if we can continue on the way we did last year this year, we'd be extremely pleased. So at the moment, those chances are falling to Jorge, and he's taking full advantage of converting those chances, which we are very happy about, and I know that he's very keen to continue doing, as we all are. But we also know we've got a lot of firepower in and around him. With obviously Greg, with Nasser now up and running. We know Bipin, Chante and Vikram, what they contribute to that front line, and we've even now got Apoya scoring goals. So, we've got a lot of firepower in that front third. So whether it's Diaz on those days, but if it's not Diaz, we know that they'll come from other areas, as they did last year.
Coach, you spoke about the points tally. I know it's still early on in the season, but the title race of sorts is starting to shape up. Goa, Mohun Bagan, unbeaten starts to their seasons as well. Just your thoughts on this early pressure building up at the top of the table?
I don't think you can say there's any pressure at the top of the table. I think after 3 games, that's all we've played. I think North East played their 5th last night. There's 22 games in this year's league rather than 20, so you get a bit more time. And I think after maybe 8 or 9 games, you'll start to get a gauge as to what the table may start to shape up as being. But at the early stage of the season, the table will look very differently each week, so we won't look too much into that.
So Nasir, you've been in India last season, you've seen the league, especially an opponent like Hyderabad. What sort of a game are you expecting tomorrow?
Well, maybe a lot of people think, they played 3 and they lost 3, it's going to be an easy one, but I don't think it's going to be easy, not at all. But obviously we're playing at home, we have confidence in ourselves. If you look to our team, our players, especially the confidence that they had from last season, and so we just have to continue like that. and but it's not gonna be easy if we don't fulfill our tasks, and we have to work hard. And then I'm quite confident that we get a good result.
Coach, a spirited performance for a large part of the game against Al Hilal just this week. What are you looking to take from that game into these two and to springboard onto the home game against Al Hilal?
Yeah, I think when I spoke about putting things in context. We're 3 games into our regular season and already better placed than we were last. But we've done that in and amongst 3 Champions League games now, where we've had 2 pretty substantial travels in and amongst that. So to still have done what we've done domestically has been full credit to the players, and certainly the medical and strength and conditioning staff that we have here have looked after the players and made them all available for all of those games so far. So yes, a lot of good takeaways. Certainly the 70 minutes against Al Hilal. For me, one of the best, if not the best team in Asia with the quality that they have. And I think for 70 minutes we made it very difficult for them, whilst also still trying to create chances for ourselves. So obviously disappointed with how it finished up, but the experiences, the work rate, the understanding of what we do and how we do it, and being able to compete against that will only position us stronger and better when we come back to our domestic competition.
3 games in a row now for you at home, 2 in the league, 1 in the Champions League. What sort of a boost from the home fans are you looking forward to?
Yeah, we very much enjoy. I said we've been on the road or in the air and everywhere. We've been overseas. We've been around the country so far. So I know the players and Nasser and especially the ones that have families here. To spend time in Mumbai is wonderful in itself. It gives us time to settle, and to be here for 2 weeks, what it will be in the end, is very good, because it allows us to prepare a lot better and the players be a lot fresher and fitter to play the games. For the fans, we like to think we put on a good show last year. We like to see, we only played 1 home game, but how supportive, how loud they were in the last game against Kerala. We want that again against Hyderabad, and we want it again against Punjab, and we want it in every home game that we have.
Similarly for you, Nasser, last season I believe you missed the game in Mumbai. So this was your first game at the Mumbai Football Arena against Kerala last week. What was your experience playing at the Mumbai Football Arena, and what are you looking forward to in the coming weeks?
Well, to be honest with you, I liked it. It was quite a little bit of a English, atmosphere, and I used to play in England, so I had some thoughts about the past. But it was quite good. I was quite impressed regarding what the coach just said about the fans, and hopefully this is how it has to be every home game, because we need them, like we had them against Kerala. And I think that's somehow something like the 12th man that you need to just win the game or not, and I think they did really well, and we hope they will do the same in the next home games.
Coach, if there's any team news ahead of tomorrow's game against Hyderabad that you can share?
Everybody's fit and fresh on the return from Saudi Arabia. We've got Joel Van Neef suspended for 3 games after the red card against Kerala, and we've received notification this morning that Rustin Griffiths will be suspended for this game coming up against Hyderabad, but then available after for Punjab.